What is up, my fellow Frisbee clubbers? First off, I have to say thank you so much to anyone who has picked up a Frisbee club rally so far. Sales have been doing better than I expected, so thank you if you got one. If you haven't and you want one, they're still available on infinitediscs.com right now.
There's 3 keys of disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all 3 to do this disc sport.
I was gonna go out and play around with the rally, with the new torque. I was gonna go throw some Frisbees, do whatever. But I woke up and it literally felt like I broke my hip. So that was not necessarily ideal. Yesterday at the gym, I was doing like a bunch of, not like leg workouts, but I was doing like mobility, stretching, and like all sorts of shit. Yeah, I like could barely walk today. I've been putting around for a little bit here, trying to loosen it up, but it literally, like every time I step down onto it, it's like this shooting pain. So not ideal. So we did not get to throw today, which kind of sucks because I wanted to put out another video, but I figured why not just come out, throw some putts, I don't know, chat a little bit. Been trying to figure out like a putting style that, you guys know how I say like, just be a fucking athlete. And for some reason, that has never quite transferred over to the putting green for me. I feel like when it comes to throwing, backhand, forehand, everything, it just, for me, it comes down to, I've been doing it long enough to where just be an athlete and the shots are decent. They fly good. I feel like I can rely on my skill that I've developed over time, as well as like just being an athlete. Like the throwing side came natural. Putting, not so much. And with that, if you're a regular on this channel, you know that I've always kind of struggled with figuring out a putt that actually works. One that just translates to like a repetitive movement I can do over and over again. But two, a putting style that translates to pressure situations, like tournament play when the nerves are rolling. Because for me, playing casual versus playing tournament is night and day difference. And so recently, I've been watching a lot of different putters putt, and I've been trying to pick up on things that like James Proctor's doing, Cole Redall and Isaac Robinson, Gannon Burr, a lot of the best putters in disc golf right now. And I've been trying to like figure out what I think would work best for me. And it's always confused me because I'm like, I'm an athlete at heart. I played sports. I rely on my athleticism for what I do when it comes to sports. And putting, I haven't been able to find that motion that's just athletic. And it drives me fucking insane, to say the least. Basically, in the last couple days, I've found a putting stroke that I feel as though is somewhat repeatable, very natural movement, and it's been working. So basically, I learned with myself when I'm putting is the more arm movement, you know, it makes it worse because there's more variables for the putt going into the basket. So I basically, yesterday, if you ever watch Nicholas Antilla putt and he literally has like his arm on like a pendulum and it just goes up, it never made sense to me, but I figured I should try something kind of like that. So I started just like kind of locking my elbow out and then just kind of flicking the wrist, because one thing that didn't make sense to me is, if you've been around the channel, you know I've gone through phases of putting left-handed. And no, I'm not gonna start putting lefty again, but the feeling when I was putting left-handed felt so natural and effortless, and I couldn't figure out how to get that same hand feel over to my right-handed release. Like it just felt like it was just a pop, little hand pop. And so what I did was I locked the elbow and just started popping the hand, very much trying to literally copy Isaac Robinson in the way that he literally just like has his putter, steps up and like fires. And it's so effortless, athletic, and it obviously has thought behind it, but it's almost like it doesn't have thought behind it. And they just started going in. So I feel like I have years and years and years of like this muscle memory with my right-handed putt that straight up sucks. And like, I'm not afraid to admit it. And it was actually a couple days ago where I saw the video of Paul Macbeth The putt he hit, I think, on 17 against Gossage in Worlds last year, and it's like he takes his putter and he just like flings it up and it just goes in, and I'm like, why can my hand like not do that? Like, obviously I'm not saying like why can't I do what Paul McBeth does, but I'm saying like why can't I just put a little spin on the putt and make it look like it's floating. It felt like everything I was doing when I'm doing like my normal putt is so like forced, like I'm really trying to like jam it, and it just doesn't work. Like, that is so effortless that it just like feels easy. I know it's not, and I obviously need to now develop this because it's basically been like 1.5 hours worth of me practice putting to develop this, like what basically feels like just chuck it up in the air and they started going in. And so they're not perfect, obviously. And this basket, guys, spits like every single putt ever, but they feel so easy in a way of like, oh, that's how a putter is supposed to like fly out of your hand and like pop out of the hand and, you know, generate speed towards the basket. It's not supposed to be 100 miles an hour to get it 60 feet. It's supposed to just have rotation and carry and glide. So yeah, I don't know. It's been weird because it just like feels so like easy. And obviously putting in a wide open field like has no merit to like actual situations where the putt matters, but it makes me happy. Like my normal putt, usually 5 straight, is just not happening. But I guess I can elaborate more on that in the future if this trend continues in this direction of like this putting, because it feels good and it feels like something that, I don't know, maybe I just finally like learned something. I don't know, guys. So it's such an odd feeling of literally, oh my God, I think it's about, look at this. I think I might be about to get wrecked. But anyways, this putting style like feels easy. It feels effortless. It feels like something that's repeatable. And the pace of it is what I'm most excited about. It's so slow and controlled. But anyways, I'll elaborate on that more in the future because gross. A little windy out here. Who you got for Worlds? Let me know. I want Matty O to win, probably more than anybody. I hope Paul wins also. Oh my God. You know when the wind almost blows the putter out of the hand? Holy shit, guys. I want Matty O to win though, because I feel like that is like a career maker for him. We saw it with Barsby at Smugs. Why not Matty O? About to get literally stormed on so much here. Holy shit. All right, guys, so I actually have no clue when I'll get my next round in because my hip is literally wrecked and it's my plant leg. So I don't really know like when I should probably start throwing again, which kind of sucks because I want to play some disc golf. But, you know, I guess we can putt. All right, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this one. The van is really messy. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.